How's everything going? How are you?
I'm excellent, Antonio. It's always great to hear your voice.
I know. Whenever we get to talk about cars, I get really excited.
I
This is
figured as
this
much.
is a
You always seem to sign up for these when we're ready to talk cars, especially when we're at an auto show.
this is a perfect way to start my day, so it's great.
Perfect. Me too. Me too.
So you're someone who spends a lot of time at auto shows throughout the year.
Yeah.
What are some of the trends you're seeing at this year's LA Auto Show?
Yeah, well, we had day one of the LA Auto Show yesterday, getting ready for day two today. And one of the big trends that popped out for me, and it really became very obvious very quickly, is that small is the new big. And by that I mean that we're seeing lots of vehicles like the Chevrolet Trax, a small kind of high-riding crossover SUV vehicle that's more efficient, a small four-cylinder engine in this case, but still plenty of power, turbocharged engine, just enough space, a much more rational choice for so many American families who maybe had a full-size SUV or a minivan or something like that, looking to do something a little wiser but still have lots of space. And Chevrolet's not the only one with an interesting vehicle, or I should say, which will prove to be a popular vehicle like this. We also saw vehicles from Mazda, the Mazda CX-3, which is a similar sized vehicle to that Trax, actually based on the Mazda 2 platform, which is the smallest car in their lineup, to give you a sense of the kind of size and style it'll be. Another one that popped out for me was the Honda HR-V. This is based on the Honda Fit, which is again their smallest car, but really kind of known for maximum space and utility. So again, I think when you talk about new trends that really kind of jump out, it's definitely this small is new big, and I think we're going to see more and more of these small SUVs, also on the luxury side. Of course, the Buick Encore has been doing great business for General Motors, but we also see the BMW X1, the Audi Q3. Luxury and small seem to be having a nice fit when it comes to little crossover SUVs.
I'm a big fan of the subcompact crossover SUV craze. I actually drive one.
Oh, really? What do you drive?
I drive a Nissan Juke.
Oh, perfect example. Well done.
Yeah, so I see the craze just happening just for every automaker out there, and people seem to gravitate towards them.
Well, I think well, I was just going to say, it's not only people gravitating towards them, but it also makes sense from a larger business perspective, because these smaller SUVs can be shipped and sold all around the world. You know, the big Chevy Tahoes, Ford Excursions, and so on and so forth, those are too big for other parts of the world. But these smaller ones can be shipped everywhere, so it's good business too.
What are some of the most exciting new cars and trucks consumers can look for?
Well, I think also here at the auto show we saw interesting that not only are SUVs popular, obviously in the smaller size, but they're also carrying on in the larger size. And one of them that really jumped out at me was the plug-in Volvo XC90. The XC90 was one of the first luxury SUVs. Really became kind of a standard bearer for what a luxury SUV could be. It then it dried up on the vine quite a bit. Volvo went through some ownership changes. There wasn't much going on there for a while. Now there's a new XC90, but what's interesting about it is as a plug-in option. So it's almost like a Chevrolet Volt or a Nissan Leaf in that you plug the vehicle in, drives for a certain amount of time on electric power, and then has the gasoline to carry on from there. So it's not that, small SUVs are very popular, but the big ones are still going to be here. They're just going to be electrified. Speaking of electrifying, see the thing over my shoulder here? This is the Chaparral 2X concept, Vision concept, I should say, which is a concept car that is based on the idea of the Chaparral race team, which was very successful and popular in the late 60s and early 70s. They were really the purveyors of using the air that a car encounters on a racetrack to its advantage. So they were the ones to start putting wings on the car to help make the air flow in a positive way, for putting ground effects along the sides to get the air to come around. Again, using the air to your advantage rather than just having to create more power to bully your way through it. And so what we had the idea would be, what if Chaparral didn't stop making cars, continued to make interesting race cars going up to 2014, and this is our vision for that. Now this is just a concept car, but actually you can drive it. But if you have a PlayStation 4 and Gran Turismo. It's only in the video game space, and it really, I think, is a great idea for Chevrolet to do this, because so many newer and younger buyers are looking at video games as a way to be introduced to brands, certain vehicles, certain vehicle technology, and we think this new Vision 2X concept is going to be really popular on the download circuit for Gran Turismo.
I definitely agree with that because I was introduced to a lot of cars playing, the car video game, so I can totally understand that.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the big successes of the Mitsubishi Evo and Subaru WRX, especially the STI version, or from video games. Those were vehicles that didn't exist in the U.S. market. Now they're here being sold. I don't think this vehicle, as it stands here today, will be sold as you see it, but it's a great video game idea, a great way to really solidify the Chevrolet name as being pretty cool.
One of the coolest cars I think I've seen in the photos that we were finally introduced to the Cadillac ATS-V.
Yes,
I was super excited about that.
Yeah, the ATS-V, well, everybody has been. In fact, Mercedes introduced their competitor for the ATS-V, the C63 AMG, and got very little coverage of it so far. I think everybody expects that from Mercedes. Didn't expect it from Cadillac. With that new ATS-V, you're looking at 455 horsepower out of a twin-turbo V6. Fantastic, you've seen the photographs. Fantastic new graphics, ground effects, just a really aggressive, cool-looking car that's really going to back it up at the track.
Are trucks still a big part of what's driving the market?
Absolutely. In fact, let's stroll over here and we'll talk about some trucks. The large truck market has been a huge part of the recovery from an economic perspective here in the U.S. And we've been selling a lot of trucks. And not just when I say we, I'm talking about American industry in general, not just Chevrolet, of which we've sold a lot of these Silverados here and GMC Sierras, but also Ford is now getting ready to move their new F-150. Dodge has been doing big business. The full-size truck market has been a big engine, if you will, on this economic recovery. I mean, we're about to sell close to 17 million new cars in cars and trucks in 2014. That's just about at the record, and a lot of people are saying the record will break next year, and it's going to be thanks to a lot of vehicles like this. So yeah, trucks are doing great. I think one of the reasons they're doing so well is because they're not what they once were. They're very refined, they're very quiet, they're very comfortable, and have tons of utility inside, but then still have that great durability and utility that you expect from a truck, and do it fuel efficiently. I mean, this truck here will turn off 4 of its cylinders when you're just cruising down the highway in a calm way, and just act as a 4-cylinder. So you're getting, the best of all worlds. And when you talk about the best of all worlds, check out this. This is a concept car, or concept truck, I should say, called the Chevrolet ZX2. This is a concept at this point, but I think it gives you a pretty good idea if you were to kind of maybe change a couple little bits here and there of a new off-road version of the Chevrolet Colorado, our new mid-size truck that is probably destined for the market pretty soon.
Where can we go for more information?
Well, that's easy. Please just go to Chevrolet.com or to GM.com. We've got links there to show you all the great stuff we've introduced here at the LA Auto Show.
All right. Thank you so much, James. It's always a pleasure to talk cars with you, to get my day started, and I can't wait to share this information with my readers.
All right. Thanks, Antonio. It's always a pleasure.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye.